Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, FOMC day. A lot of drama out there with 2 p.m. interest rate decision. I want to break it all down step by step. The trades I took this morning, how I fought the chop. This week so far has been uneventful. Monday was good. Beautiful green day, 4-hour green day Monday. Yesterday was slow, small green day, and today again, small green day. It's just I'm having a hard time getting cushion early that I can build off of. And today again, same story. And so I come in today and we got a few things moving. And on the list for the morning, I had TIRX, feed, and BATL. You can see here, 1, 2, 3. Out of those three, one sort of met criteria. I was watching feed out of market open, which was one of the, or is the leading gapper right now. And man, so I was trying to play this early, and I had this on the watch list from pre-market, of course, over 160. And I played it twice. Well, I played it more than twice, but I played it two ways. The first way here is we sort of broke out at market open and we put in place this big topping tail off the high. So sellers piled in and pummeled this thing down into the dirt. It rejects back and this candle flips red. Well, then candle gets bought back up off the lows. Price pulls back off the 90 EMA and begins to get bought back up. I nail the first pullback and I take a break-even trade here. I take a small loss here. So I start the day small red, very small red. I'm talking, my initial stop loss was down here, so I pretty much cut it flat, cut it break even. You broke down, and this right here, I tried to execute an order on TIRX, a penny stock. I accidentally bought feed here with 10,000 shares, and took it instantly for a small loss there. And so I'm like, well, that's frustrating. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. So, and what we had here happen here is it pulls back out of this past area of demand from pre-market, and able to get something going here finally. I see it consolidate here on these pullbacks back out of previously formed demand, basing and putting in place higher lows off the 50 EMA. As you can see, able to take a pretty nice win. Back to green in the day. I took it here from 172 back to, as you can see, 186. Really happy with this. Of course, took a full profit off the highs as sellers found it. And again, I'm happy with it. Cool. All right, I got something on the day now. I am back to green. Cool. After that, went over to TRX. And guess what? Didn't get a whole lot here either. And so we come out of the bell here. It tries to put in this range beneath VWAP. And at first, we find a big buyer step in here with 50 EMA. And so the first thing I do is try to take a pullback for the squeeze up through VWAP, back up through highs. Because if we get zoomed out here, what you'll see is we had a pretty good setup here from pre-market, and I was really looking for this to get breaking out today. You can see here, I was really looking for this to get breaking out. So I'm trying to take pullback. And overall, I'm flat here as well. You can see here, I have my first loss. I come back and take a win. And this is where initially I tried to take the pullback here. I tried to take a pullback right here. And I accidentally bought 10,000 shares of feed. And so at that point, I'm sitting here trying to scramble to get back into this thing at a proper point. I had to take smaller size. And so at this point, I was trying to get back in this on the right stock, took a little bit higher. And that's, of course, where I took the first loss. Came back on second trade, took a small win. As buyers stepped back in off these lows, took the entry off the pullback, risking off that previous candle's low for the breakout higher. And what did I get? Well, I come up here to retest the previous high, and guess what? Big rejection off the high, had to take a full take profit. And so again, having a hard time getting anything going. Break even. And it's just like, dude, come on, something get going here. And so at this point of the morning, I've got TIRX for break even. I've got a little bit of green on feed. Cool. But I don't have much cushion to work with, and now we're already 15 minutes into market open. Not ideal. See, the days that I can come in and really get aggressive out of the bell, and I really have some good opportunity, I've got cushion built up early on. I can go out and get aggressive with confidence and not worry about flipping red, not worry about the outcome of the day, because I know, hey, look, I've got cushion. I can risk with this profit. It's easy at that point. Once you can start green, it's easy. So anyways, SLGB starts making a move here. And thankfully, I played this really well today. Now, I would have loved to have had more of this early on, so I could have gotten more aggressive on this. I could have had more cushion to play with. But in any case, this gets breaking out. First leg to the upside, puts in place a range. As you can see, big leg to the upside, pulls back, puts in place a higher high here, where it breaks structure to the upside right here. And so price breaks out. And what I notice here is it pulls back off this past high, and I see it pull back quickly off the VWAP and 90 MA, and I take the entry there for the curl back up higher. I take a perfect entry. As you can see, I take the pullback off the 9, 328 entry, risking off of 315, and I get a little move here back to about 348. Cool, a quick little win. Just something here to break the ice a little bit more. Try to build up some more cushion. We have the previous high of day literally right here at 343. I'm not looking for much. I want to see the break of that high. I try to add for the break of the high, and as you can see, I didn't get that break. Sold the rest there right over the entry. Then it breaks out over the high of day once again. I'm watching for pullbacks again. Price pulls back, and guess what? I take a few little stabs at it. And with that, I'm able to, again, snag some pretty nice plays as price does confirm that upside direction. And so again, I wait for price to pull back, confirms off the 20 EMA, off these past highs. I snag the pullback entry, and I get a move here, as you can see, from 347 to 375. Again, I'm happy with that. I'm not looking for the moon, not looking for any home runs, looking to just get some profits on the day here. So I have a little win here. I've got a nice win here now. And then I'm watching pullbacks again. Well, price again pulls back off the 90 EMA. Look at this. We have this big move to the upside followed by these two small candles, controlled pullbacks. Little doji gets put in there off of the 90 EMA. I take my entry, risking off of this past candle's low. And so as that doji gets put in there, I want to make sure it confirms the upside direction. I take the entry, stops because of the low of the candle, and I get to move back up through highs. As the candle quickly pops up into the highs there, took a full profit up into the fours. And again, I'm just super happy with it. I think my final fill there was like 405. So overall, 382 to 405 on that play. And so overall, I was out of this with 1, 2, 3 profitable trades on SLGB. And I was happy. At least got me to a green part of the day here where I started with feed, got some profit on feed from that reclaim of VWAP trade that we talked about earlier. I am flat though on TIRX. Unfortunate, but what can you do? Now, late in the morning, of course, feed has made a pretty significant move, but I wrapped up a little bit early this morning. I wrapped up back around 10:40 again. The opportunity just wasn't there. It is what it is. FOMC day today. The broader market is not loving it either. A lot of chop on the indices today, which is to be expected. And so it's just one of those things where we got to sit back whenever the market tells us to. I have some good trades today in SLGB and feed. I did get some pretty good reads. I wish we had more opportunity like KUST back from Friday. I keep on having flashbacks. I wanted to cuss. That thing was so much fun to trade on Friday last week. Able to get some beautiful big cushion to start the day. Big opening trade. And then was able to get aggressive the rest of the morning and wrap up by 10 a.m. It was such a good, easy day. So this week's been green every day, but it's been a grind. It's not been easy. It's been a grind. The one key point to make about days like today is you have to be able to accept you're going to take a lot of break-even trades. You're going to take a lot of small wins. You're going to take a couple small losses, and you have to be able to accept that. Far too often, the problem that I see is people have a hard time accepting break-even and small green, and they just turn every trade into a loss because they get greedy, and they want every trade to be a big win. What you've got to learn to accept, though, is you cannot execute a trade based off the outcome or based off your P&L. All you can execute the trade based off of and what is happening on the chart, what is price doing, that's it. Until you can do that, it's going to be really hard for you to manage on days like today or weeks like this week, and why you usually only hold yourself above water on really easy weeks. So all in all, that is the day. Again, not very eventful. It's been kind of a slow week to start. Monday was the best day of the week. Today with FOMC was definitely pretty choppy, pretty tough, pretty slow. But that being said, executed very well. Hopefully you learned a thing or two from this video. And if you did, make sure to subscribe for daily content just like this. Hopefully a really active rest of week. I'm expecting some good action after FOMC is over today. All that drama subsides and the uncertainty fades. That being said, go ahead and claim your 7-day free trial in the description below to trade alongside me in real time every single morning. Get alerts, watch lists, chat room access, education, scanners, news, momentum AI, momentum journal, and so much more. And that being said, I will catch you there for an awesome day tomorrow and hopefully a much better rest of the week. Let me know in the comments below how you did today. Hopefully you stuck to your rules, made some money. Let's have an awesome day tomorrow.